You probably can. But
But I
anyway,
mean, we
we'll come back
have
to my just as a brief heads up. We are just discussing poorly planned protocols from
can't call this a
actually
protocol.
poorly planned recommendations from practitioners to fix guts.
Okay, so we have T3 test. Under that is a thyroid P test, antibodies, and then it just says Candida immune complex. But this is a. I don't believe that she did any stool sampling or anything, and if she did, there would be much more data on this than just
Mm.
it's it it's just a yeah. I mean, it's just Candida immune complex 1.87. A positive test shows more than or equal to 1.1.
Mm. Well, I mean, if whatever test that is came positive, then
But again, like I
I don't know
said, I
what.
told her I fear there might be Candida, SIBO, something like this going on our first call. So like this isn't something that like even without that full kind of thing, it was like okay, I already know kind of what's happening here. And what I told her was like, this is kind of what I tell everybody who comes in and has potentially these problems. Because when I first started learning about anything like gut health wise, even specifically, it's like I would jump to two extremes too quickly. But now it's kind of like because I've seen enough. Oh, I'm having this problem. I'm having this problem. I'm having this problem, and then we run a well structured plan for a month, and like all symptoms are gone.
Yeah.
So I told her like nail the plan for a few weeks. Next and around the next month time when we start to see either we're going to see progression in some areas or we're not, and then we might see worsening issues in these areas, and we might have to dig a little bit deeper. But obviously, I wanted to avoid her buying a $200 fucking supplement before we knew what was going on. So, yeah, I
And
don't know.
also,
I might talk to
this,
her about getting a full GI map done
I
because,
was gonna ask that. Like, if she can buy $182 supplement that is
yep,
absolute dog shit,
yep,
um, she can probably afford a
yeah,
$400 test.
yeah.
Honestly, I
And
think it's still
Larry sent me
cheaper on
one that's
practitioner
cheaper.
depot.
Larry sent me one that's cheaper.
How much?
I don't think it. I don't think it covers because when he sent it to me, I have it right here actually. When he sent it to me, he was kind of like, if they can't afford a full like GI map, you can do this. I'm not logged into my WhatsApp on here. You can use this and it'll get you, like the information you need,
Mm.
and it was cheaper. Um, it is called.
Have you checked practitioner depot?
I mean, for the regular like GI map test, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cheap. And then you have Lindsay's code to get like I think it's a 10% off or 20 or 15 or something like that. I don't know, but still some.
Biome site long. Well, it says a long. Um, can't say this word. Masks, injections.
Mm.
We getting we getting one long. That word that I can't say. Study gut microbiome test. And it looks like is this an at-home test?
You, I mean, they're all probably at home for most part. The GIs.
Yeah,
You just
I
need
mean,
to
it should be.
you just need to ship to FedEx your piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, disgusting. But yeah, this is only $110.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's see. Uh, probiotic, pathobiont, and commensal bacteria reports, short chain
Mm.
fatty acid producers, butyrate, acetate, propionate, toxin and neurotransmitter producers, detoxification and longevity enzymes, vitamin synthesis, lactose and oxalate intolerance, personalized food and supplement recommendations, platform access to. Oh, this is just like
Nice.
I should get with it. But
That sounds pretty good.
do usable information for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Better than
Nothing.
basically this test saying you have candida. That's basically what that said.
Which one was the one that you can tell based on the tongue coloring? Was that yeast or candida?
No, that's Candida. But I think that's what it's from though, is yeast, no?
Possibly, I can't remember exactly what was.
But
I just
Candida
read
is the white is
tongue
the
thing
yeah.
once. I didn't pay much
Yeah.
attention, but I just scrolled like, oh, that's interesting. Should pay more attention. It sucks on
Yeah.
me, but
Which
whatever.
like it's the same with anything, right? Like there's definitely, like I've looked at my tongue before and been like, oh, it looks a little white. Fuck. Obviously I don't have fucking Candida. But if it's
There's
like
a difference,
coated and it has to be like caked on there.
like if I finish this coffee, probably my tongue is gonna be a little bit wet.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't don't just take it and be like, oh, freak out.
Imagine. Now
But
if
if
it's
you're able to
blue, then you
scrape
should
some
probably get
yeah.
at this. Imagine if it's blue or green, like that's disgusting.
Well, and the bigger thing is like if that's happening, if you notice like consistently, oh yeah, white tongue, and you don't shit for days, and or you shit water most of the time, hey, probably maybe look more into that. I poop fine, so I'm pretty sure I'm all right.
I love bragging about that, honestly.
Pooping fine.
Yeah.
I
think it's one of the most underrated brags anyone can do.
It is
health.
because when I travel, I feel how these people are walking around feeling every day, and it doesn't feel good, and I don't know how people live like that. Genuinely, I don't.
You know what? I've never had any issues. None.
Ever?
No.
In terms of what?
My ankles will get pretty fucking swollen, like to
Oh, you mean while traveling?
Yeah. And
Lucky
after.
you, bro. Lucky you.
Yeah, I've
The
never
day
had.
I got home, cleared out 4 or 5 different times.
I don't know if it was when I got to Argentina or when I got back from it, but my ankles, bro,
Yeah.
they were straight up and down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no.
Mine
cap.
were a little bit too, to be honest.
I'm like,
I walked a lot.
Fuck. The thing is, like, I can't remember which flight it was, but it was quite packed, so we couldn't move much. Like me getting up and down would be an annoyance to the other person, so
Fuck
that kind of like
dude.
fucked me up. So from now on, I'm gonna ask Isle. So
I bought on the way there. I spent $400 fucking dollars to get exit row seats, and I'm telling you right now. First of all, never been on a plane that big. Didn't know they got that big. This motherfucker was huge. It was one of the 3-row ones because it was a 9-hour flight, right? So,
Yeah.
but I got on there and was like, shit. But I had a row where it was. I could have, from where I sat to where the next seat was, I could have literally laid down. Like there was like 6 feet of space. So I was chilling.
On Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, and then on the way back, like it was weird because it was like 5 hours ish, then 2 hours, and then another like 2.5, 3-hour flight. So it's like broken up. I honestly enjoyed it way more because I didn't feel the need to, spend an extra $600 on fucking seats. Because United, it was pretty. The seats are pretty comfortable, even for me, in just regular seats. And I saw the Economy Plus, and obviously first class is you always are going to get more legroom. But Economy Plus, because we didn't have one of those big 3-row planes on the way back, it was all smaller planes. The Economy Plus, dude, I'm talking maybe an inch of more space. Like there was not much more space at all. Like whoever did that got gypped for sure. But I liked it because it was like right at those points where I'm getting really pissed off that I'm still on a fucking plane. I'm getting off and I have an hour break. You know what I mean? So, and it wasn't like I sat in an airport for 4 hours in my layovers. It was like we had like an hour, and by the time the plane deboarded and I got to the other gate, I had like 20 minutes, So I had walked around a little bit. I got to stretch my legs, go to the bathroom in a place where I could actually go to the bathroom. Can't even sit down on the toilets in there. You know how it is, especially with your quads, bro. You're cooked. You cannot fit in that space.
It's a little
so. Yeah, I would prefer that. I would rather have 3 shorter flights than 1 longer flight for sure.
I would love to hear people's opinions, but the way I put it, now you put it in a very good way, and I can actually agree with it. Like you're starting to change my mind. However, how I always thought of it, even from when I just started like visiting here when I was a kid, was like the moment I get off or I get on my second flight, I know that when I get off, I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was more like a mental game to make it go faster, and then also don't stretch out the trip even longer. Like I'm already 16-hour traveling pretty much.
That's
Yeah, like,
tough, dude.
with the
Yeah.
layover and everything. Now, if I
Yeah.
need to make more scales and I add like an hour or two between in layovers, then that becomes like a 20-hour
Yeah.
maybe flight, and I'm like, no.
That's why you gotta be careful about the layovers you get
Yeah.
because they could be extremely
The problem is like
extremely.
depends on where it is. So since I always get like the first layover, it would usually be domestic on my way to Argentina, and then
Yeah.
otherwise it's the first one is over here.
Yeah.
But there's really not a need to switch to change to grab your luggage and then drop it off somewhere else. On this last trip on the way back, we had to, and
Oh,
brother, the line on
that's
TSA in
ass, bro.
Miami,
Do you have
I
to do
was
that when you travel?
this was a
Like,
first in years.
okay, so you've gone back and forth and not had to do that before.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because that would piss me off.
Dude, seriously, I don't. It was like now I have to wait until my luggage comes, which you know my luck. I told you when we met in Texas, like my luck is absolutely awful. It always comes
I
last.
lost my luggage in Texas.
Ugh,
I know how it is.
that's even worse.
Well, they lost my
Then I
luggage,
had
but
to make the line to drop it off again. Then I had to go through TSA, and there was like four flights coming at the same time, and this was early in the morning, so there was only like two TSA lines open out of six.
so
Brother,
it took
people were
forever.
stressing,
Oh, I bet.
like
Missing
complaining,
your
like,
flight
"Oh,
is
I need,
not fun.
dude." But it's like, and the security guy's like, "There's nothing I can do. Like, I cannot make you cut line. I cannot make them go faster if the person is it's being
Yeah,
slow. Like, if not the TSA agent, but the passenger, it's being slow in like putting everything in the basket, passing it through, and everything. It's like they can go faster.
yeah,
So I am so sorry. I can't do anything about it. You have to deal
yeah.
with it. And sometimes flights let like wait a little bit, especially early in the morning when there's not much people working.
Sometimes, yeah,
But this is why I always get at least 2 hours layover
yeah, yeah.
because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, and I don't
Never
want to
know.
be that person stressing. So, in this case of getting more layovers, if I need to switch luggage and I need to wait, like I need to get like a 2 hour layover each time, because I don't know how far the gates are between each other. I don't know how many people there's gonna be. I don't know how bad TSA is gonna be. That's gonna stretch the flight so much, and it's like I just want to
Yeah,
be over with.
yeah. No, I get it for sure. I'm also that was also the way back, not the way there. So it was not like I didn't have the I want to get their excitement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
think on the way back you have more leeway with that for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We land our first um, connecting flight. We were first late getting out, of course. Then we finally get out. Well, first before we even got out of the tarmac, we're already late. They're finally ready to go. This lady and this dude, 3 rows, 4 rows behind us, start fighting. Basically, not physically yet, but the dude is like,
Yet.
"You stupid fucking bitch, you ugly bitch," blah blah blah, cussing this lady out. And I couldn't. I didn't really know what the fight was over, but when the woman was talking, which she wasn't saying anything crazy disrespectful, she was just like, "Don't talk to me like that," blah blah blah. They were yelling back and forth. At first, I thought they were a couple, but then you quickly realized no, they weren't. But I think they were literally just fighting over the armrest. Now, don't get me wrong. This flight out of Hawaii, this was from Hawaii to LA, I believe.
Okay.
And then we went LA to Denver, Denver. We got on the flight at 10 p.m. Or no, I'm sorry. The flight didn't leave until midnight, Hawaii time. So it's already bad. People are already pissed. People are already tired. So I'm like, I don't get him freaking out and cussing her out like that, but I get people, arguing whatever. But I'm pissed because I'm like, dude, our flight is. I already have like a 20-minute window to get to my next gate, and because I heard the flight attendant go, okay, well then we're just gonna have to call blah 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 and get you taken off the plane. And you know what happens when they have to deboard someone off the plane? Everybody's got to deboard off the plane if there's a physical altercation like that or somebody's acting out. A lot of times they're like, we got to have everybody deboard. I'm like, fuck, please don't let that happen. So they like calmed down. They moved them seats. They got them situated. we finally take off, or we get to the tarmac to take off, and then the lady in our row looks out the window and she's like, "Damn, we have like 7 planes in front of us." Like fucking. So that took another 20 minutes. So by the time we got there, we were landing, and dude, we low key were gonna be like, maybe not make it, like real close, and then as soon as the seatbelt sign comes off, we hear the lady go over the phone. She's like, if you have connecting flights going to blah, 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 please hit the call light. So we all hit the call light. She's like, all right, everybody let these people off first. I'm like, thank fucking God. We made it. We made it there, but they were like, we were last. We made it there as like the last group was boarding on. Fuck. Yeah. So if I would have missed that flight, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, no, for sure. But fighting about the armrest is wild. That's the advantages of like being big. It's like you have no other choice than to take over.
I'm sorry, I can't do anything. You don't get this armrest, and that's just how your life turned out right now. So sorry.
If you want to pay extra to get another seat, then be my guest. But you're not getting the armrest.
Yeah.
I actually do that when I fly on Southwest. You know how you need to pick your seat. Huh?
You say you get 2 seats?
No. When I fly in Southwest, you know how you need to pick.
Yeah.
Like your seats, like you sit whatever. Puff chest up. Flare my lats, sit wide as like no one's.
Oh, because when you walk on, you just pick your seat when you get on there.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
On Southwest.
Southwest doesn't have assigned seats.
Really? I don't think I've ever flown Southwest. Then I did not know that.
It's actually good. Like it's not bad. That's just like a pain in the ass.
Dude, that would be such a perk. Nobody wants to sit next to either of us.
Yeah. Sometimes, so when the flight is not fully booked, then yes, it's a perk. So because people always want like a seat,
in between,
in between or something. But if this flight's packed, you're going all the way in the back, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And they will let you know, like, this flight is fully booked, so please make sure to make space for other passengers. Or they'll say, like, this flight has some open seats, so please, like, just be aware, like, you're going to have some space. You don't need to get cramping in the front, yada, yada. There's space in the back, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fucking wild.
Do you I personally would, huh?
I was gonna ask, do you buy airport food or do you bring your own?
Ew, bro, no. Well, I will say,
I got Chick-fil-A.
When we left out, I did get a Chick-fil-A breakfast, but that was because it was 4 a.m. when I woke up, and I didn't have any food in the house because I'm about to be gone for a week, so there was nothing to make, and so I was like, fuck it all. But typically, hell no. Like last time I flew, I was eating, chicken and potatoes in the airport at fucking 9 a.m. But
no, same.
Yeah.
And I think I brought 1 or 2 meals with me, and then that only lasts you so long for a 16-hour flight,
Yeah.
So we ended up getting a Chick-fil-A and I got Chick-fil-A after like a year or 2.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Did your flight, that long flight, did it serve you food on the flight?
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, it's like they try to make it as disgusting as possible. I don't know what it is with, I sound like one of those comedians. How about airplane food, huh? It genuinely, I mean, it pissed me off. It just pissed me off. Like, I would rather starve. I'm not eating this. Get it out of my face. No,
the one that I hate, like, is when you have, like, because under 5-hour flight, they don't give you food.
Mm-mm.
They give you like a piece of shit snack or like pretzels.
It's like a pretzel bag with like 6 pretzels in it.
I know, right? Or they give you this, or at least Southwest does. They give you this like cinnamon cookies, like low, kind of like Graham cookies, but cinnamon.
Biscoff?
Like that, but smaller. But then it's cinnamon flavor. They are not that bad. But I'm like 5 hours and I need to starve my ass on this shit. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, don't you see my size, motherfucker? Give me at least 2 bags. But
the world's not built for us, bro.
No, honestly. So with the actual food, breakfast is usually okay.
I've never had breakfast on a flight.
It's
what the
literally
fuck?
just...
My flight was. It took off at like 6 or 7 a.m. and we didn't get nothing like that. Didn't get no breakfast.
How long was the flight?
9 hours.
That's weird.
All they served was, dude, it was literally one of the meals that you could choose was pasta, which it was literally no chicken in it. It was just pasta noodles and what they claimed to be like a fettuccine sauce. That was nut with fucking pepper in it is what that was. It's what it looked like. Looked like snot. and then the chicken
Oh,
was like chicken with some like red sauce and some mystery ingredient that I genuinely cannot tell
honestly,
you what it was.
I would understand. Like, whenever I get the chicken from the plane, I feel like one of those people that complain they can't make their protein. Well, no fucking shit. You're just eating 2 ounces of chicken every meal. That's what those people
Yeah,
probably
I
have.
know. They literally put like two pieces in there, like
It's,
two little cut up
I
pieces.
literally grab those pieces of chicken, eat the veggies, and then I'm like, okay, you want the rest too? And he's like, you can
I
eat it.
don't
This
even
is
eat. I
disgusting.
couldn't even eat that, bro. I
I
was
would
just
eat the
like, take
bread. I
that
would
shit
eat
away from
the
me.
maybe the
The bread
salad,
I
and
did
then
eat, yeah.
the food. It's actually gross. Fun facts: one time I flew to Spain when I was like 10, and they had cheeseburgers.
Ooh, I bet they were
That
still
was
ass.
that was fire.
Oh.
That was actually great. That was probably the best airplane food I've ever had.
What percentage of that quote unquote meat patty do you think was real meat?
I have no idea. I was 10. It was 20 years
Before
ago.
you cared, huh? Before you cared. Could have
Way
been
before
lab
I
grown
came.
for all you give a fuck.
I saw two buns, a piece of cheese, and a piece of meat. Perfect.
That's why you think it was fire.
Yeah, and because I was 10. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
But
perception of reality when you're 10 sucks.
seriously. No need to worry about protein intake, just intake.
Speaking of that, dude, I have had two conversations in the last 24 hours about, oh, yeah, I'm going to do. I want your opinion on this. My opinion is super strong. I think your opinion's probably the same, but I think we need to lead with facts in this argument because me and your desires are going to be so drastically different from other people. But I hear this constantly, but literally twice in the last, less than a day. Oh yeah, just I either ran one cycle, and when I say cycle, these guys are talking about 400, not even 400, 300 milligrams and below of TRT of testosterone per week. So very heavy air quotes around cycle. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna run one test cycle. I'm gonna put on X amount of pounds, or I'm gonna put on some size, put on some mass, and then PCT come off will be cool. I don't want to I've heard I don't want to be dependent on it. I don't want to get addicted to it. I don't want to do it the rest of my life. I want to be able to have children, and I don't want water retention, estrogen issues, blah 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 blah. In my opinion, doing one cycle of testosterone, and we're talking like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it for 14 to 20 weeks. I'm going to do 250, 350, 400 milligrams for, fucking 16, 20 weeks. Dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard in my entire life. The reason I say that is because everybody's reasoning for this is so unrealistic. And I told this guy last night, like, no hate, but I think your perception of reality and your perception of how much muscle you can gain and how much size you can accrue, how much you're gonna, what you're gonna look like, how big you're gonna be for X amount of time, like when you come off, like all of those things are very skewed. Like the one guy that told me I'm gonna put, I want to do this 16-week cycle of fucking. I was thinking between 250 and 400 a week, and I just want to put on like 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, and then a PCT come off, whatever. I don't think you understand how much 15 pounds of lean muscle
I
is.
wish.
Dude, that takes dedicated, way better genetics than you, taking way more drugs than you, bodybuilders, like a long time, right? And then there's always the study that they'll bring up. Well, they gave it's the fucking same one where it's like, there's a couple of them, but there's the one where they did like, testosterone, X amount of testosterone for X amount of time. Some didn't lift, some did lift, some lifted naturally, that kind of shit. And then there's another study, I forget the name of it. It begins with a B. I have to go back to my notes and look, but where they did two tests. One of them was a baseline of testosterone for these what they deemed healthy males in mid 20s, early 30s range for I think like 16 weeks and measured the rate of gain or whatever. And then they did another one where it was like 250, 350, and 450 to measure the difference in how much testosterone gave you a different effect, whatever. Dose dependent stuff. And like let's say the ones that were doing like 250, I think the results were like 3.4% increase, or not percent, 3.4 pounds gain. The next one was like 5 point something, and then the last one was like 7 point something. Even those guys who did gain, let's say 7 to 10 pounds of quote unquote mass, that's water, glycogen, skeletal mass, like actual body mass. It's not all just straight muscle, and I think that's where people really get confused. Is they think that all of that is just straight contractile tissue. Not the case, right? We have all these other things come into play, and there's no study that did that and was like, oh yeah, they gained 15 pounds of lean muscle mass. Like that's not going to happen. And I think people do two things at once. They overestimate. First, they group all steroids in at the same, right? Oh, I'm going to get on steroids. 300 milligrams of testosterone is not steroids. Then they overestimate what testosterone can do, but at the same time, they underestimate it. And it's because of that length of time. And in my opinion, it's like, dude, if you're not scared of needles that you'll do it for 16 weeks, you can be not scared of needles and do it, forever. The problem is, it's the same two things. I don't want to get I still hear the prostate thing, which has been debunked forever ago. And then you have the normal side effects like estrogen side effects and stuff, but that's just them not knowing how to read blood work, fix blood work, and maintain proper health. And then you have I want to have kids one day. Well, dude, that's not true either. You know what I mean? We see it all the time. I personally am seeing it within clients right now, and we didn't even do any. We didn't try to get him there. He was just running his cycle, and it happened. So it's a lot of misinformation and a lot of, like I said, skewed perception of reality. But in my opinion, doing that one cycle of when it comes to just test is completely stupid. What do you think?
I feel they're retarded.
Yeah. I don't think there's a
Wait
point.
up, change topic. No, I'm kidding.
The big question, I think, is how much of what you gain are you going to keep? Obviously, that heavily depends on your setup, your plan setup. How much of that are you going to be able to gain? How much of it are you going to be able to keep? Because I think that's the thing is most people think like, oh, which I mean, studies do back people, retaining, some size, but not all of it.
So here's the thing. So first of all, you gotta look at the starting point of a person, and then you gotta look at the end point.
Yep.
If there's like a skinny guy that's starting to work out, or it's in good shape, but it's not super physiologically big, he's gonna gain muscle that are still within the natural capabilities of his body.
Yeah.
So now, within that range, let's say like up to here, it's natural. Up on here from above, it's super high
Physiological. Yeah.
Thank you. So if you grow up to here or just under whatever amount under the bar, when you go out of testosterone, you do PCT, whatever, you're going to keep that because that's not over the limit that your body has.
That's a good point.
Now, obviously, if you do testosterone and you don't take care of your liver and then the estrogen goes high and then you get bloated with water, you take water buffalo and then everything, and then you stop testosterone, and then all this hormone regulation go back, and then the water weight goes off, then obviously you're going to do something because that's fucking water. This is what happened a lot of times with the Anadrol too, and of course pH. So if we're
I love
what
Anadrol for that fact. It makes me look so big, and then when I come off,
I know you know. So we got to think of like, okay, what did you gain? What is it that came from those 7, 10, 15 pounds of body weight that you gained?
Yeah.
Because if
body
you lose
weight
some,
is the key word.
Yeah, because if you lose some, most likely that was not muscle unless you're just half-assing your shit. You're not even eating and like not even close to protein, and then you're just eating fucking bullshit. Then of course you're gonna lose your muscle. But if you do your homework, you're gonna keep 95 or 100% of whatever muscle you put on, as long as it's below your body capabilities. Now, if it's above, and then you go off of TRT, then most likely, over time you will lose some.
Yeah.
Now you can keep it because we're still seeing people that are in phenomenal shape that are probably not natural. But then also these same people are still in some sort of TRT.
Yeah.
Some degree, even if it's like 150.
I see a lot of guys talking about, no, I don't do gear anymore. I'm just on 200 mgs of TRT. I'm like, dog. Even though that's maybe quite lower than what you were before, don't act like you're taking nothing, bro. Like let's be real here.
That's still something, but you have to look at all those so-called variables to know okay, you want to keep. And then for the kids, dude, if you want to have kids, do this. Keep everything the same. Get a sperm test done. Look at how your amount is. Now, I would say before you listen to any practitioner and go off of testosterone and just feel like absolute dog shit just to conceive a kid, start taking HCG and HMG, see how your FH and FSH are, look at your fertility, your sperm count, and everything. And then, if with taking that there's still not a good results, then you can lower your testosterone a little
And
bit.
that takes a while too.
Yes, it usually takes.
You're
90
not
days.
you're not gonna you're not gonna see some crazy change or fix in a couple weeks.
No, you gotta make one change and keep it for 90 days, and then
Yeah.
retest. Like otherwise,
At least, at least,
at
90.
least. Otherwise, you will not see accurate results. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. If within that you still don't see changes in your fertility results, then you can look at lowering your testosterone a little bit. If you are taking 200, maybe go at like 150 or 100. Look at that, retest again, and then so on. But
So you're saying why the HMG and HCG is in? Keep your test at what you were running it at.
no, that's just to increase sperm count, sperm health.
No, I know, but you said if you don't see anything after 90 days, then look at lowering your test
For
dose.
some people,
Because typically, I would
taking
say lower it.
Yeah, for some people, taking exogenous testosterone can affect their fertility, but more often than not, it doesn't as much
Yeah.
as they think it does,
Yeah.
if any at all. So that's what I'm saying. Keep it, test it. If it doesn't change and if it doesn't improve with the HCG and HMG, then you can look into maybe lowering a little bit.
But let's
But I
say
don't-
someone's running 5, 6, 700 milligrams a week, and they're like,
wouldn't-
"Hey, I want
wouldn't-
to."
Yeah,
Huh?
I would go on TRT.
Okay, that's what the point I was getting at, just for
Okay, yeah,
people
yeah,
who's
yeah.
listening. Because like if I have someone doing that, like I've had people that I've coached. We talk about that. I'm like, okay, well, when that time comes and we want to start this process, we can't be, we're not going to be running 500, 600 milligrams. We got to pull that down. So yeah, I mean, if you're saying more, if you're like, let's say you're at 200, right? Do that for a while. If you see no change, then drop it to yeah.
And
Yeah,
then when
I
it comes to like not having to, first of all, you don't become addicted.
I know. I giggled when I watched that.
Like what
he
I
was
was
like,
talking about, like what do we?
because he
think
was
it
like, I don't
is?
want to become
Yes.
addicted because I know you like how much people love how they feel when they're on it, and like I just you get addicted to that feeling, and I'm like, you don't like feel. I think because this is what I thought when I got on test, because people told me this, right? And at that point I knew nothing. So I was like, when I got on it, and it was like, hey, a couple months in, I'm like, I don't like feel anything. Like I think people think they're gonna feel something neurologically, or yeah, you'll be stronger, and maybe not as fucking lazy, maybe a little bit more motivated, and you won't feel like crap because your test is in the toilet anymore, but you don't necessarily feel the like Anadrol is the first thing that I only want to say I felt that. It was just I was a fuck ton stronger and I had a little bit more aggression, but yeah, test definitely not.
I like you. I never felt anything.
I've never really felt anything from anything I've taken.
Even when you,
But
even from
I also haven't
comparing
taken.
when you were like down in the drain with the testosterone to like.
This is how I
normal
explain it to
levels?
people, because people will ask me like, hey, they'll outside of the people who are like, oh, you're gonna feel something. I do have the people that will ask me like, do you feel anything? What kind of? How it happened for me was like, my test levels were like low to like 220. At that point, my lifestyle. I don't really know, because my lifestyle was so poor. Right, diet was bad. I was drinking. I was
So
depressed.
there's too
I
many
was
factors
all these
to know
things.
if
Too many variables,
Yeah.
right? But it was a combination of, yes, I put the testosterone in, but I also decided to dedicate myself to my own fitness, then bodybuilding. Then I found like in the span of the first year I was on test, I really tried to push. Like I got more into the coaching thing. I took my bodybuilding more serious. I got better coaches, and like things in my life I moved and got out of the environment I was in. Like a lot of things changed in my life in that year. So when I look back, it wasn't like, oh, I started to feel something crazy. It was just like I look back and I'm like, oh, I'm much more motivated, not as fucking sad all the time, a lot more optimistic, and I just like my life overall better. It wasn't like, oh, testosterone made me feel, whatever. And even when I came from 700 plus to, we took it all the way down to like 200 at one point, I still didn't like again, the period of my life that was, like right post show, I had just fucking gotten stomped in a show that I worked for 4 years for. I had
Honestly,
fucking, things were happening. So it was like,
you
even what
made
I
a
felt from that drop, it was
yeah,
like, eh,
you made a good point right there. Like when you came down, and this is something that I told Dom. As unpopular opinion as it may be, I feel better on
at a
TRT
lower,
than when
you
I'm
told me that.
blasting.
Yeah.
Like I can distinctly feel better when I'm on 300
Hmm.
versus when I'm in 750 and all the rest. And
Yeah.
his answer was, "Well, that tells us what drugs do to us.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna feel better when blasting, really. Yeah, you're gonna feel stronger. You're gonna recover better. You're probably gonna be hungrier. You're gonna have more energy, whatever. But systemically, you may not feel as good as when you're taking a normal
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah.
Just because like your body is having to process all these chemicals within that
Yeah.
it takes a toll mentally,
Hmm.
eventually physically as well. It's just like, especially mentally, it's like I als- I sometimes make feel better in the gym, get better pumps, make increase weight more or like make progress when I'm on 300 milligrams.
Ah, shit, you tripping there. I
Bro,
definitely don't
I
feel
swear to
better in the
God,
gym, I'll tell you that.
I made
But
I
when was
made
the last
pro
time you did a test only type of thing though? Because you're also pulling fucking four other drugs and maybe some peptides and well, peptides
test
aren't hard, but
only, like higher
that's what
amount.
I'm saying. Like for me, like I have the distinction between being on a gram of test and that's like all I was running,
Yeah,
to then being at 250 test and that's all I'm running. Right? For you, I feel like your last, at least handful of cycles that I've seen, yeah, test might have been higher. Maybe you got to the 7, but you're also running other things, is what I'm
yeah.
saying. You know, so that creates a different
I've
environment
never
too.
done a test only cycle, honestly.
Yeah,
You know what?
because that
I think
doesn't
I
really,
told you
that's not
before,
really a
but
thing.
which one?
I said because that's not really a thing in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Do you want to know what my first cycle was?
I think wasn't it like NPP test and something else?
No.
What was it?
My first cycle for like my very first show was test and trend.
Fucking Christ, man. Trend, now that will make you feel something. That'll make you
That
feel
will
something.
definitely make you feel something
Did
good.
you ever get trend cough?
No, I never even remember having the trend
That
sweats.
looks like hell.
Really?
Have you not seen videos of people like they pin their test and then they go in that coughing fit?
No.
Really? That's like
Yeah.
a very popular thing.
I just
I
heard
don't know if popular is the right
I
word, but
heard the trend cough, I heard the trend sweat, and I heard the halo
yeah.
rage.
But yeah, Halo's a bad motherfucker, bro.
That's I'd rather do trend than halo.
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
Every
Actually,
day.
now that I think about it, it's like how funny this is. Like, I didn't even consider trend for my guy in prep right now.
Oh, the guy that just competed?
And he's gonna compete also this Saturday here, the second show
I'm a little
tomorrow.
afraid of it, I'm not gonna lie.
For what? Trend?
Which like I know I shouldn't really be, especially me talking like I didn't fucking take Trest for a while, but that was a very low dose. But I don't know. It just I think it scares me because I know people like and the effects that it can bring mentally. I know for me, I don't want those things, but I think I'd be fine now. But
What things are we talking about?
I mean, it's like with anything, right? I mean, there is what do you call it? Neurological effects that you could possibly see.
The degeneration.
That and then just like emotional state stuff too. Like if you're not in a great spot there, maybe it's anger, maybe it's depression, maybe it's whatever. Those are the horror stories that I've heard.
Gotcha.
Now, obviously, that depends on where your her hormonal profile is in general. But
Yeah.
like
So
you know,
here's
but then
my
there's dudes who take it and are fine. You know.
yeah. So here's my 2 cents on that. First of all, if you're not in a good spot emotionally, mentally, financially, personally, health and everything, don't prep.
But
Plain and
that's like
simple.
everybody who preps though. It's
Yeah,
like
and then you see
everybody
how it,
who
then
preps
you
is
see
in
how it
that spot.
goes.
I know.
And that's the thing. Yeah, they are gonna prep. They're gonna tough it up or whatever. But then they have the situations,
Yeah.
or it's more likely they have the situations. I was not in a good financial spot, but I never had any mood swings or depression or
Yeah.
anything from. the trend, but I still somewhat regret my decision because I should not have put myself in that spot just to prep
Yeah.
because the
Same.
gear, the shows, the traveling expense, and I didn't
Well, you don't
even.
know until you know, right?
Yeah,
Like,
obviously,
I think
it's a
everybody has that
lesson
first
learned.
experience. Yeah.
But but that's the thing. So it's like if you're not in a good spot in any of those things, don't prep because they usually get worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
They're
then
gonna get worse.
and then if in that spot then you take trend, then you have the risk of getting making it even worse because you're already angry for some reason. You're already stressed for some reason. You may already be depressed if you're financially stressed. So if you take higher dose of trend, then obviously something like it's gonna get worse. It's not nothing's gonna get better. Your physique may get better, but besides that, it's like
That'll only keep you happy for so long.
I know. After you finish the show, then you
Especially
go
if that
binge
physique
eat, and then you
doesn't
look
win you
like
the
dog
show.
shit.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But so that's my thing. But then if you are in a good spot, like I think trend is a very good tool for people who
Yeah.
are okay taking it.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask my guy if he wanted to take it, like if he wanted to consider. I just didn't even had it in my mind. I was like, okay, we'll do these three, and then like couple like this orals later on, get them just in case we need them because nothing is guaranteed if we're gonna use them or not. And that's it. Also, I think it was a smarter choice not to use it because we were doing a cycle, and then he told me, "It's like, okay, I want to do these two shows." It's like, okay, let's stop the cycle now because if not, we're gonna be running a cycle for like 8 months.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Exactly. Let's stop it. Let's get blood work, and we had to fix some things like mildly, just liver enzymes a little bit elevated, cholesterol a little bit high, so small things. And then we fix those, and then we push the gear up back up. But then if we would have done trend coming out of that health phase, they probably wouldn't have done worse than what it is right now. And I feel everything looks phenomenal for how he's showing, for how he's communicating, like mentally, everything looks perfect. I may even be tempted of keeping the gear past the show a little bit more and just use it as part of like the rebound.
Yeah.
Like if everything is good, like obviously ideally we would get labs soon enough, but if everything looks good, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck, I think that's a very underrated opportunity for people to
Very
take
sensitive
advantage.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it from Matt that he did this with his guy John. Sorry, not Matt. Dom. He did it with John, and the guy just fucking
John Schwartz.
yeah, the guy just
Yeah.
fucking exploded.
I mean, yeah, he's got a great physique. I've been following him for a while.
Yeah, same. So it's like, well, that seems like a fucking good idea. So if everything's good, and
What are you
my
guys
guy
using now?
right now, let me double check. Can't remember.
Test,
all the-
obviously.
No, I'm kidding. Yes.
I was about to say, woo.
Can you imagine?
Whoa,
A no
dude.
test cycle. That would be
Yeah.
fucking rude.
Horrible.
At this grace. We're running
Yeah, you should not
test.
be coaching anybody else anymore if that was
Right.
the case.
Fucking embarrassment for the industry. Test, mast, SLU for and that's all for the injectables. We have SLU, T3. We have 5-amino, Reda, and Winstrol.
When did you put in the? Did you put the red in at the front, or did you wait a little bit?
No, I waited a little bit. We put it
Yeah.
at 14 weeks out.
How many weeks out did you start?
The prep.
Yeah.
So, well, we kind of started leaning down as we were on the health phase, but we started pushing gear up. 14 weeks out.
Oh yeah.
So I have it all written down and checking on the notes. But then that's when the body started like kind of like fighting, and we needed to take the mod
Yeah.
seed that we had it for a while, and then I told him like, hey, stop everything, stop everything for 2 days, and then let's start bringing in one thing at a time. And yeah, apparently the mod seed didn't do that well, so we just never got it. We may use it now on the post show,
Yeah.
if anything, to help with the T3 alongside it. But honestly, yeah, I may just keep the gear in. Because
Why not?
fuck it, why not? Just make a guy explode. But yeah, no, he's looking a lot better now, dude. It's like
That's
very,
good.
very.
You got what, 2 weeks?
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, really? It's this week?
Yeah,
Was
we
that
had
just a week? Was that 2 weeks ago that he had the show?
4 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay, so this show
Yeah,
was a good little bit apart.
yeah. I think 3 or 4 weeks is a good time because we were able to, of course, give him a dinner, like
Hmm.
free dinner, which that was the lobster mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah,
And then 1 week of like a little bit higher food, and then we just pulled everything
pushed
way
together.
down, and the body actually
Hmm.
responded very well.
Yeah, I mean, they probably loved that break in the food
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and such.
So right now he's 6 pounds less than show day, the last
Hey,
show day.
hell yeah.
And I didn't even have to push food up. Like I'm just playing, trying, not trying and error, but he ate a ground beef meal and he's lighter than when he woke up. Like what the fuck? So I'm just increasing slowly the carbs and then seeing like, okay, what amount is good for his weight to stay.
Yeah,
Because I don't. He looks good. He doesn't
he
look
doesn't need to lose
flat.
more. Yeah,
Oh, he could lose more. His abs are probably the last thing that's coming out. He has tried the glutes and everything already,
hmm,
but his abs are still a little bit washed. So he could do with a little bit more drop, but I don't see the fullness dropping. So I don't need to push the food too high.
yeah,
He's still going to the bathroom. He still has good contractions and everything when posing. There's really no need to push the food.
yeah,
So that's also a lot of things that people may, especially in classic, that people may want to like, oh, I can't wait for peak week to push all these foods. Like, bro, you don't need to look full. You need to look in shape.
yeah.
Sometimes if you're not flat, you don't need, and some people may not even need that much food to puff up.
Some need a fuck ton.
Some need a fuck ton, but it's usually the open guys or
Yeah,
bigger guys
a
muscularly and
lot
like
more muscle.
structurally. Yeah. Like for example, you fucking 6'2", you will probably need a good amount of food when you get like 230, 240 stage weight.
I almost I was already eating almost 1,000 grams of carbs a day for like 2 weeks straight. So, but I think I filled up a little too much. There's a little too much.
So it's much okay, maybe 800 then. But
Yeah,
still,
maybe
like
seven,
fucking
800.
A, that's a fuck ton of food, dude. And that's my
Yeah,
part.
dude. And it was, and I could have eaten double.
I bet you could have probably eaten 5 Chick-fil-A fries at once.
At 5, bro. I don't even want to think about what I would have done to all you can eat sushi at that point. We.
I realized. You do have a guy on prep or starting prep?
Pretty much on prep now, yeah.
What other questions you wanted to ask me?
Uh, Nothing necessarily specific, but I feel like it's a unique position because for months he was more focused on BJJ.
Mm.
His it was like it was the goals. It was a roller coaster of goals. It was like, okay, we want to cut, so is we were doing that, and calories were coming down, and then he was like, okay, I want to focus on BJJ, and so we pulled back. He didn't lift more than like 2 maybe 3 times a week, and was doing BJJ 4 times a week for a while. So it was like I kind of had him in this limbo point with food and cardio, because I actually pulled cardio all the way out at one point, because it was just, you could tell, like when I pulled leg days out and cardio, inflammation dropped pretty quickly. But it was at this point where it was like, okay, we needed to do a cut. So then we were starting to do that, but then we switched to BJJ, and so his calories were not in like not in a really low spot, but not in a high spot either. Like, a tad over 2,000, and then because he had to be in a certain weight cap, so it's like I couldn't cut him anymore because he didn't want to drop to the lower weight cap, and I couldn't necessarily move his food up and have him in more of a other phase, because if his weight went up too much, then we were screwed too, and he was competing. So it was like I had to hold him there. And then right after, he was like, okay, I'm gonna put this on the back burner. I want to go back to bodybuilding. But that was like a month ago, and I was like, okay, well, we can't push because we have a month until we need to start prep, and even then it's going to be tight. It's like 17 weeks and some change. And so now I'm at this weird point where it's like his calories aren't where I would love them to be. height, like at the top wise, and we also need to get in shape in 17 weeks. So just looking at how things should be, just getting second opinions on setup, kind of. And I feel like I've had a tendency not to push hard enough at the beginning. I think too.
I think that's one mistake that I did on this guy's previous show.
Just didn't push him hard enough at the forefront.
I was trying to mitigate fatigue way too much.
Same, yeah, and that's like I know that's where my mindset's at. So it's like, okay, I need to not do that.
Yeah. So that this time is like I told him it's like 40 minutes cardio in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. He's like, yeah, this week has been a drug. I'm like,
which is still not like, I did more than that.
Yeah. No, it's still not much, but when you see like,
I mean, it's an hour a day is a good amount, but it's like it could be an hour and a half.
3 anime episodes.
Huh?
3 anime episodes. Easy.
Exactly. Easy.
But no, he was just like, yeah, this week kicked my ass. I had to like push hard. The nice person in me was like, shit, okay, let's see if we can mitigate fatigue. He's like, no, he's still losing weight. He's still getting leaner. Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. And keep pushing him. Like, yeah. He works. I know he will do it. It was just like in my head trying to not let people suffer too much. It's like, no, it's prep. You're going to suffer most likely.
Yep.
An easy prep is probably not a good prep anyway. But
not a good prep.
To your question, why not push now? You said we can't push now.
Well, I mean, we are technically. Like I started to readjust things, but like that was just this past check-in, which was like Tuesday, where I was like, okay.
What's his food at, and what's his weight?
His food is
you don't have to do it at one point.
27 or right below, and then I do have him on a. Oh fuck! I'm cramping bad. I do have him on a lower higher day split, so that lower one is like, I don't know, 22, 23. I'd have to look. I don't know what the carb difference is, but I have him sitting around there. Like, he was at like 80 grams of fat, so I have room to adjust there. But cardio wasn't in like at all, so I just put that back in at a few days, because like I said, he wasn't doing cardio at all because he was doing BJJ four days a week. And then the last few weeks I kind of just had not a rest period, but like we were still training hard, but I wasn't like killing him with cardio or anything. I was just kind of giving him some time to, because BJJ is tough, bro. And doing it for 2+ hours a day, 4 or 5 nights a week, competing, it was just a lot. So I was like, your body needs a little bit of a break from like pushing like crazy. So we held back off. We stopped training for an entire week. Just gave him some rest and then eased back into it.
What's his weight at now?
What? Oh, his weight?
And is he like
question.
Lean? He has some
no.
Well,
no, we gotta drop a good amount.
Then I would say, since he's not in too much calories, obviously PDs and peptides and everything is gonna help.
Yeah.
But I would say just push him hard and then try to like bring up food a little bit towards the end when he's already ready.
Well, that's the goal. Yeah, it's the front of the prep's gonna suck. Like cardio's gonna be higher than I would love it to be. Food's gonna be a little lower than I would love it to be. But that's kind of my plan. Is I would rather you suffer really hard now. Let's get to a point where we can refeed, and just instead of trying to run away from that wall that we know everyone's gonna hit in prep, or probably should hit, where you need to do that. Going to it. Not faster than we should, but at an efficient rate. Because I don't know. Both preps I've done, I've hit that wall where it's like, okay, time to, refeed and rest a little bit. So, like you said, an easy prep's probably not a great one.
Well, kind of like what I asked Matt on the call, though.
Yeah.
That was a fucking great prep, honestly. Like, I wasn't looking for like a magical answer. It's like, oh yeah, no, I would have done this, that. It's just like, my question was like, because my weight started dropping like crazy, and I think that's what caused me the stringy look.
Yeah.
I think I lost muscle. Yes, I think I wasn't like full. So that's why it looks so stringy. So my question was more directed towards like how would you have avoided that thing? Which basically he did answer like I would have not
Yeah.
pushed you too hard on
Yeah.
cardio from the get go. I was
Yeah.
doing like over an hour of cardio every day.
From the jump.
Huh?
From the jump, like from the start of prep.
I don't know if from the start, but the most I've done it was like a 45 in the morning and 30 in the evening. Yeah,
Like you feel like pretty quickly after the start.
I can't remember I remember we started increasing progressively, so the evening cardio was not there all the time. That was later on. But then when my weight stalled and I had that evening situation, I didn't want to mention that in the call, but he knows. I told him like that same morning what happened. Um, then he's like, okay, no more cardio, just steps. Like no cardio at all. Keep everything the same. Keep the D3. Keep the food the same. Just no cardio. Just focus on steps and fucking steep ass jump on my way. So yeah, no, obviously like it's a tough spot also because you can run into my issue where I was dropping more food. I was like my issue with the guy, like dropping more food, increasing the cardio, and the weight was not lowering. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So in that case, I had to like. It was like a very tough spot. Like, okay, we are not in a place that we want to do refeeds, but if we push harder, he's not dropping. So what do you do? And that's where we started like, okay, keep the food, don't do cardio. And then the weight started responding a little bit better. It's like, okay, let's increase a little bit the food, don't do cardio, see how it is. And then that gave us like a little edge and kept dropping, but we had to like, it was a very fine line, bro. I did not like, I'm happy we were able to manage it and figure it out, but that was not a fun situation because it's
Yeah.
like if he would have been like already super lean and this was towards the last 4 weeks and he was like already like full defined everything like okay fair, but we were not there yet. He had lines, but not show ready lines back then, and we had like I don't know 8 weeks to go for the first
Yeah.
show. We were tight, so I don't know. Tough situation, but hopefully you don't run into something like that. But if you do, it's solvable. Very solvable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say
Yeah.
just with you guys, just push him. Um, if yeah, I would say you use the most. I wouldn't recommend you use Motzi honestly.
I didn't plan on it.
Yeah, what peptides you had on mine?
Well, it's not a very large capability there. So, Retta, and then I might bring in. I had him get T3 on hand. I wanted to get Mass, but I did not have a good. I know you said you have a source, but honestly, I just now remembered that as you mentioned it, using it with your guy.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm like, do you feel like it was pretty decent quality?
The mask?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's what did the guy's name he said he was? There's the person he gets stuff through is his source from that Jay gave him.
Got it.
So I'm sure it's fine. But that guy was like, no, because I told him, ask him, and then he came back and he was like, the guy told me like I wouldn't even mess with trying to get Mass right now. He's like, I don't
Really?
have anywhere to yeah. So that's when I was like, fuck it, like I don't. I think we're fine without it. You know, I would love to, but like it's not a must. So it's what
Mast
it
is not a must.
He has
Mast is not a must.
no. He has GHN too.
What?
He has GHN too.
Well,
Yeah.
that will do. Just careful with the water, but you don't need to
Of
look
course.
into that then later.
His response, yeah. But his response off the like at the front was pretty good. Like he had an initial like he hasn't retained a whole ton of water. It doesn't look like in the you have that first initial. I don't know. It depends. Like for me, it was a handful of days. For him, it was probably like a week and a half of a little bit of a weight jump, a little bit of water, and then after that, like second or third check-in of being on it, like he was actually looked tighter and leaner than where he was before he got on it. So
Good.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect, brother. Love to hear that.
Yeah, I'll pick your brain a little bit more, see what actual numbers look like. But
Yeah. And if anything, I can send you a number if you do want to use other stuff. But all right. Any other topic you want to cover?
Not really, man. It's a good one.
Good one. Like, nice. I'm just happy because I'm getting a Shake Shack in Temecula finally.
Gross.
Bro, there's
There's
no better
mid.
burger joint better than Shake Shack.
Five Guys so much better, first of all. Second of all, mid. It's so mid. I'd rather eat In and Out.
Oh, fuck no. Fucking In and Out, bro. That is so overrated. So
is Shake Shack.
No, definitely
Yes.
not. Shake Shack is properly rated. I still think Five Guys is better though.
Yeah, of course it is.
But
Shake Shack is not
we're
even
talking
on the same level.
$25 for a burger versus $20 for
Shake
a combo.
Shack isn't. A burger at Five Guys is not $20. It's not.
Double
I'll go
cheeseburger
there
is not
tonight
$20?
and prove it. No.
Bro.
13 maybe.
No.
14. Maybe where you're at.
Well, I'm fucking in California too. It's fucking expensive.
Did you see the thing with Shake Shack about if you don't tip, they upcharge you? Yeah, so this couple recorded the whole thing. They went into the Shake Shack. They ordered on the screen. They ordered like 3 milkshakes. The price was, I don't know what the total price was, but it was like $6.20 for the milkshakes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, keep going. Then the wife was like, "Oh, if you don't tip, like they upcharge you or whatever." So they go back, they go to the screen, they type in the same order that they had, right? And then they click. It like prompts a tip, and they basically were like, "No." And then before it said to check out, it popped up a message and was like, "A few of the items in your cart have been repriced." And they go back to the cart, and the price had jumped to like 50 or 60 cents per shake. So they like forced them to tip like $2. So you can either tip or you can pay a few dollars more for your stuff.
My question is, if you would have tipped $1, would have kept it the same? Or
Who knows?
honestly, it's not that big of a difference to be completely.
No, but like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
We're forcing this now. How about you guys pay your workers enough money so that I don't have to fucking do part of your job? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, and I know it's not this way in other countries and stuff, but in other cultures and whatever. Like a server, you go to a restaurant. They're, it shouldn't be this way. But they get paid dog shit, and they did something for you. They did part of the job. You don't have to do yourself, which is, bringing you the food, taking the work, whatever. So that's whatever. But if I go to fucking Shake Shack or Starbucks or something, and like, this is not
no disrespect.
The company should be
didn't
paying you.
Do much for me.
It's not even on them. It's just like the company should be paying you adequately. Why,
Yeah.
I went to the dispensary the other day, and it prompted me to tip. And I can't feel bad, so I did. Why?
Here's the thing. Okay. Here's when I would disagree.
Did you roll my joint for me? You fuck. Why am I tipping you?
Seriously. No, but what I was going to say is, like, if I go to a coffee place and I'm asking, like, a new coffee place, like, okay, what's good, what's this, or I ask for, like, a lot of modifications, okay, yeah, I'll put, like, a little tip. Because you helped me with the order, you got everything right, no issues, you helped me with recommendations, whatever. But if I go to fucking Starbucks drive-thru and I order my same fucking order, and I'm like, and I order
it's like a black coffee with nothing in it.
I order it on the phone. Like, I don't even talk to someone. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm here to pick up a mobile order. Okay, we'll have it on the window. No, I'm not going to tip.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but it's like, what are we even talking about, bro?
Talk to your employer, not me.
But now, if I go to a restaurant, yeah, I'm probably going to tip 20, 30. I've done even, like, half the bill.
It's me too.
Depends
Just
on where I'm
depends.
going. I'm not gonna tip
Even
two
when I
hundred
have
dollars on a steakhouse because I don't have that money.
absolutely
But anyway,
horrible service, I still can't not tip. I don't know what it is. As like a
yeah.
server,
Well, yeah, but
you never
also
know.
like depends. If I'm like getting like verbally harassed, pretty much.
Okay. Well, yeah.
In
But
that
then I'm
case,
just
no.
gonna beat your ass. Fuck not giving you a tip
Yeah, but
for verbally
even
harassing
no,
me
yeah,
as a
I've had
server.
I've had servers that are like giving attitude, and it wasn't like even from something we said or anything. Just like from the get go, you can tell the waiter or the waitress is not in a perfect mood, and
Hmm.
actually like even sometimes trying to be, but you can tell. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll tip. Like,
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. You never know what somebody's going through.
yeah, but fast food, no. What the fuck?
No.
Plus,
What are we
McDonald's
talking
isn't
about?
McDonald's now, or which fast food restaurant is doing like $20 minimum wage?
Who?
They I think
Again, maybe where you're at.
yeah, no, I was gonna say California. I believe a while ago they passed a law that
I would hope so. But even that, $20 an hour, 40 hours a week at McDonald's, you're not surviving in Cali, bro. Not
no,
well.
no, but it's
Not
better
well.
than fucking I don't know 10 because usually
Of course.
fast food restaurants don't hire you full time; they hire you part time, and I think the
So that they
minimum
can do
like they
that,
pay
yeah.
like 11 or something like that. I don't know. They pay very bad.
You're still making, even at $20 an hour, even if you get 40 hours a week, you're making less than like $2,700 a month.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You'd have to live in a cabin in the woods in like Arkansas
No,
or
yeah, no,
something.
you don't do anything.
That won't even get you rent for somewhere in Cali.
It could, but you don't even qualify.
Exactly. You gotta make
Like,
3 times the. What is it? 9 times the rent now. You gotta make 9 times.
imagine you gotta be a millionaire to rent a $2,000
Yeah,
apartment.
yeah. If you want to live in a home, you have to make at least 500 bands a year. If
Fucking
you want a roof over your head, that's not a fucking homeless
exactly.
shelter.
Otherwise, make it yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Live in a fucking camper,
Literally.
bro. Honestly, I've
Christ,
seen
man.
like some nice ass RVs.
Me too.
Like you
Yeah.
just buy a little bit of
They sell
land,
houses on Amazon for like 15 racks.
houses in Amazon.
Yep. They drop it and then you literally unfold it like a box. Look it up.
I need to look that up.
They're not bad either. You're fucked when a storm comes or
Oh,
any flooding happens or not sure how the plumbing works on that. Couldn't tell you. But I've seen them. I've seen them.
the only thing from an RV is like you need to empty the tank.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting. That's fucking gross. I could not do it.
Yeah. Literally
Okay,
smells like
question.
poop.
Hold on. Before we wrap it up, speaking of campers, if you go camping, tent or RV?
Neither. I won't go. I don't go camping.
What the fuck?
Hey, man. That's
So
not
I'm
something
guessing
I'll do.
cabin.
I'm not a fan of places that camping is a big thing. So, like, I honestly, I don't even know if I've ever been camping. But if I had to choose, I'm definitely not picking a tent. That's for sure.
Really?
So, gross.
What do
Hey,
you mean,
let's sleep on the uneven floor on a shitty ass, fucking, what do they call them? Sleeping bag, or on a horrible, shitty air mattress. And also, you might get eaten by a bear, and also, you might wake up with spiders on you, and also, there's insects everywhere. And also, there could be someone crazy in the woods, and they could murder you, or do way worse things to you. And also, so many other reasons. I mean, there's so many reasons: hot, no AC, or cold and no heat, um, nowhere to shit, nowhere to piss.
I think you're
I could
confusing
keep going.
from
I
one
could keep
part.
going.
You're confusing tent with a gazebo because tent has a floor that it's closed, so no insects cannot get in
Yes, they can.
unless you leave the fucking tent open.
No, they can still for sure get in.
No.
See videos of it all the time. And actually, one time I saw a video of a dude. He was camping, and carpenter ants came through, and he woke up, and they had eaten his tent. The tent was like almost gone. and there was ants all over him, starting to eat his clothes. Yeah,
They end up naked in the woods.
literally.
Talk that about
So,
a nightmare.
Do you want to wake up like that? No, I don't. So I'll take
Honestly,
the
I went camping in a tent a couple times and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie.
gross. Gross.
But I was not 230 pounds.
There's that aspect too. Yeah.
That's it. All right, brother. Oh, I thought it was off.
All right.
All right, homie.
Nope. All right, Shaw. What a way to close it out. Argue in the
Right.
comments.
I think people need to go camping at least once.
Gross.
I don't know. I just think it's nice and peaceful to go in the middle of nowhere, but obviously not where bears can be. Like, there's camping areas for a reason.
I would do it in Hawaii.
There's people that camp on the beach.
I would do that too.
Then you can do that, motherfucker.
That's different.
No.
Camping on the beach is different. Yeah, for sure it is.
You can camp on the lake. You can camp in the middle of the forest. You can camp on
First of all, the beach is softer. The floor is softer. There's not going to be as many insects and animals attacking you. Definitely no bears.
But it's still
Your
camping.
One side is covered by an impenetrable wall of water.
It's still
Totally
camping.
Yeah, but a lot of the reasons I don't like it are deleted.
Okay, if you were
due to
camping on a
beach
beach, what the fuck would you choose?
Probably a camper still.
Camper. Okay, that's a fucking.
Bathroom, AC, shower usually, fridge usually.
Okay,
Yeah, bro.
okay. I hate camper showers.
Yeah, but it's better than not having one.
I'll shower in the lake.
That's not a real shower. You're still gonna be gross.
I can use shampoo and everything and bring it with me. Have like a little floating basket, keep it on the side.
You're sitting in a pool of bacteria.
Do you,
bro.
do you actually want me to?
Yeah, you turned it off again. Is that a touch button, bro? No way. Did I?
Now
That's
I know.
what it is.
Now I know.
It's touch. It's a touch. How have we had these mics for like a year and never realized that? That's crazy, bro. That's
Now I know
crazy.
why I always mute myself. I'm like, what
That's
the fuck?
crazy.
That's wild. Okay. Do
Huh.
you want me to
All right.
frighten you from ever going to a river again?
Sure.
There are some rivers where there's this very tiny, let's call it marine life that gets in your dick.
Pee hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I heard that a long time ago.
I'm like, ever after I heard that, I'm gonna put a condom to get in the river.
That's never. That's never gonna happen. You'll be all right.
I think
And I'm
it's
pretty
only.
sure you have to like actively be peeing or something for it to be able to get in there.
Oh, I think it is with B. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
Just don't pee when
I don't
you're
know,
in,
but
you're
still, fucking like, imagine something sneaking in there and like, ugh.
fine. That would
That's
hurt.
fucking worse than kidney stones.
It would be.
Oh, motherfucker. All right, brother. I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry.
All right. We're out of here. Peace. See you
Peace
guys
out.
next week.